Okay, guys, men and women in the force here, because I've yet to see any Master Mason Lodge or anything do a goddamn thing. They might help somebody get economics in the hand, but they sure as shit ain't working where it needs to be worked. And I say this in response to as a police video because goddamn, I don't want them to work on that. Shit, hopefully I could do the job and know some speech variables that come up inside of here because they're gonna come up on conversation, guys. I'm talking to people that have application over me when I look at the town, when I look at the system, when I say, what do we got out there? Can I start to begin to process these things? I've been a stonemason. I've worked damn near every job in the region in here. Most of them have some high guard brothers and sisters that own businesses and want to do the number, but when it comes to working with them later, they'll fucking tweet. They'll just squeak and moan and bitch. And I would wish to be able to fix that for everybody inside of this room, but I gotta have a way to get this guy on information.
Where's your pants and shoes?
It leaves me two options.
Go ahead and put your hands behind your back for
Either the
me.
military, because we're trying to get as many as we
David, I'm
can,
gonna open
because
this
of
door.
the number,
Stay in there, okay?
because of the standards, because of what this is. Now, this person may never have wanted to, but they didn't want to go in jail either and get the
Why would you do
differential.
that?
I don't know.
I mean, we gotta have drill sergeants in the boot camp. We gotta have people taking care of that stuff, and we also gotta have people out here on the outside to be able to manage those cases. That's where the money is. You wanted to get it for the other systems in the lodge and the homeless stuff. Well, you gotta build something for it. You gotta build it for the drug addicts inside here. You gotta build it for the cops inside here, because that way they'll actually have a sensible way to deal with it. You'll get some of these guys inside here and girls inside here that actually show the fucking criteria which is necessary in active training. Like, you just can't get a degree and then coast off of those fucking laurels
Come
forever.
on, man.
That's why you squeaky in that mill. And I don't care if whether it's a cop, I don't give a fuck whether it's a boss. Shut up.
Leave it there.
Clearly, this is the issue. I do my best to try to learn off of these standards so that way I would be prepared if the job ever presented itself to me. Or the situation where this is my backyard and I have somebody in there, how I'm going to handle it. There's multiple variables on what can be understood here, what the result's going to be. But this is also a spring of that community. It says that this happened. That's a number. When that number registers a temperature gauge over the average of general relativity, we get about X of these a week in this area.
David,
When
put
the cost
hose
goes
down
up,
and come
you have
here.
to do something with it. When the cost goes down, is this something transitory that the seasons or that I could trust the federal play? Fuck no, because it always goes back to this region. Right?
What's that?
It's either going to be the homeless shelter, the drug clinic over here, or the goddamn police station.
How long ago did you lose them?
Now, obviously, it lets you know that some of those things are right or wrong, given the board meeting later in the town meeting of what we gotta fucking talk about. I'm not talking about the school board at this point in time, but I sure would be pissed if I didn't find any one of these numbers inside of there about how that conversation's going.
Go ahead and put
I'd
your
be
hands
furious.
behind your
I think anybody would be.
Police described Amiibo as paranoid and hallucinating and suspected he was under the influence of methamphetamine.
That's the normal thing. When you see normal out there, even if it wasn't methamphetamines or something, look, we have a failure of understanding the progression of the system. This is all within operators clearly because of David here.
back. There's safety lock keys on.
I've been in situations where I didn't have the boss taking care of the damn time work fraud case for me. Why would they? Why would they want to lose their own court
Do you have any
case?
needles on you?
Why would they want to lose $1 million in a lawsuit?
Where did
Because
you
they
lose your
abuse the
pants?
privilege inside of a system. I'm not saying that that's happened here. Clearly, this is well within the standards of what should be done. Anybody disagree with this statement? You understand you take your own risk by speaking here in Sparta. Right? If that was the definition in here, you know damn well you got heroin, you got meth, you got those things, you'd stand out like a sore thumb in this class. So that you haven't put your hand up means that this was right, or you're not willing to deal with it in front of these people, or just a regular bunch of them in the neighborhood, because what'll happen? This is their area. You can't just have this thing, and I want to be fair to them, I don't know their protocols. Hancock is a small place. But I would be pretty sure that one of these towards X of these in a region is how you would play it on first, second, and third shift. That's how you value these systems. When they're in the car waiting for cars at the corner to go through, if they have to be on the radar, then that's what the job would require them to do. If that's just sitting here idealizing what to do in the day on shift, then I'm going to want you to do things in the void in there. When those things start to come up, hey, that starts to be a problem in this area. That's graftable. That's sensible. Is it going to happen? I don't know what's going to lead somebody to out there do a thing, but I know damn well if it happened here, it's a lot more sensible in terms of standards about how this thing is conducted. And again, I see nothing but a math problem happening here. I see energy being transmitted, not destroyed, not created. I just see a point where this can be diagrammed. This can be system. Now, later on, he gets a little wild inside here. I'm so critical on
Moments later, Mebo
just
was
because somebody's in a car,
couldn't breathe, so
you
this officer
must be careful.
opened the squad door for
Please
him.
don't think stupid. Please don't think retarded. Please don't think meth addict junkie. Please don't think those things, because whether you think that they exist or not, I can show you physics.
First responders also, or just the ambulance?
Something you gotta understand, and I know you know it. You know when somebody's lying, I just have to look at you. Was that what happened there to set something off? I'm not saying that that's what's happened here, but let's look at the math again, the standard models for Bernoulli's. And it doesn't need to be a cop,
I'm trying to help you, okay?
The officer
right?
opened the door, Mebo
Just
could see
a
the
person
small
like the rest of them out
officer
here.
tried to remove it.
You are
Unfortunately,
energy at
he
this
could not
point
be
in
seen
time,
by the
given a
shot.
value at this form, and you are right that after that case you can argue these things. This is pretty standard, straightforward, but I'd have to trust the judge. I'd have to trust the punishment. I'd have to trust the trajectory, the aspects of, well, this is the front right here. These are the middle portions of where this could go, depending on some things. Right now, it's on a straight line until he goes to bite somebody. But we'll see where that goes, if it was really within the operator or not, right? But the truth of the matter was, it wasn't eyewitness testimony or their statement that was necessary at this point in time. It wasn't. Any camera on the system inside here, look, you would do that by many positive values inside here that says it's just the job. This is how you make a cake right here. Yellow cake or yellow cake is really critical to the differential in here.
Why would you do that?
Now, again, it's pretty extreme when this happens, but look, in a progressive society, let's say I need to know he's in this area. I already knew that they had meth problems. When it comes down to who's he buying on, can I recon that to see where he's getting his meth from, shut down the dealer?
She's at the hotel.
If the dealer doesn't want to buy them off him anymore, why wouldn't I camp that? You know, that's in the issue. Yes, the cop car could be sitting here being valuable in this form, but against a differential inside here, I don't need him to tell me anything inside here if it happens out here. And all of those things are noticeable from this universal speed limit.
I got somebody had it up here, okay? David.
You know, you got to spend more time with these cops focusing in on the area, not necessarily the laws of those standards. When they see a law being violated in here, that's the one you begin to understand. The rest is going to be in the ear, right? Homeowner, most of that stuff you know.
Here any second.
Every once in a while, one pops up. That becomes the math degree. It's going to come up in the homeowners meeting. It's going to come up at the teachers meeting. It's going to come up at the board for the town or the city. How this goes on. Who you choose to do that. Are they covering those things by the vectors? Like, this guy's busy chasing this guy. What are you doing? And that's what those natures of these lodge meetings are supposed to be about, but I have yet to see the lodge. Because where would they have been in here? Some damn secret about how they take care of this information and then get the dirty off of it? Now, I'll take the biggest, cleanest motherfucker you got and I'll drag you through the mud. Do the job. If you can't do it, obviously by general relativity, you fucking are not a general. If this guy over here does this job all day and thinks you're a dumbass inside of here, then Hutter's Pride's probably going to imagine popping up inside of there. If we did the test and I took one of these guys and I put them in there, what would be the difference? Maybe this asshole in town wouldn't be there because your ass would be in charge of them realistically about the cost, the value. You're going to put money in drugs and homeless and other systems inside here. That's your fucking result. Okay, and nobody needs that. I don't need that in the middle. This guy doesn't need that on there. Don't need the accidents on the highway. Don't need all of what we know for the statistical analysis, the dimensional analysis. You know, this is Lagrangian standard model. This is a general renormalization of geodesics right here. We have all of the math. Don't argue with this because it'll be your new home. This is going to be your tomb. I don't mean to do it like that. It's because you're going to be buried in the amount of work it takes to just give me the volume, the area. What can we do with this Browning factor right here? Pull the car out. What do we got? A night shift inside of there? Anybody using this area decides more of those systems. This is energy.
David was charged with
You're in a MOS
assaulting
chip right now.
officer and misdemeanor charges of theft.
You know, it works like
criminal damage to
energy on
property,
code. This is
disorderly
A,
conduct, and
little
bail
triangle, do that action, have it do the clocks
If you guys
on side
enjoyed
here, and
the
if it
video,
ain't
please
that
leave a like,
way,
as the footage featured on this channel may be costly and contain